Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a little reading. I'm going to collect my cards real quick. But there's been a theme today, and I've been trying to figure out what the lesson is. Because multiple times in the last 24 hours, I've been met with conflict. And I keep on drawing Nine of Wands as the reasoning. So we're going to be taking these three. So, Nine of Wands was the energy, meaning that there's a lesson to learn. Not necessarily that those people are karmic, though they probably were. But there's a lesson for us to learn here. Regardless of anything else they have going on in their lives, that is something that we need to figure out and isolate as something we can put in our focus, our journey here. So, the first one was about another person's wound or perception of a situation. Because while something might be funny to you, while something might be not that serious to you, it might be very serious for somebody else. And we experienced some of that, where other people have to decide what they're offended by. Because at the end of the day, that's how we wound up in this situation where everybody's just so politically correct and scared to say the wrong thing, because there isn't a line anymore between acceptable humor and hurting people's feelings. We are sacrificing our true voices. We are sacrificing our actual opinions in order to be politically correct a lot of the time. And the problem is not that we shouldn't respect other people. It's that other people can use that to the extreme, where they start pulling books off of the shelf for irrational things, where they start making innocent little cosplay audio clips into a third degree, you know? Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about here. And essentially, I ended that conversation with, you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to feel however you want to feel about it. That doesn't mean I have to agree with you. And I stand by that. But then the second conflict was on one of the apps that I'm using right now. I'm using a couple different dating apps. And essentially, they wanted pictures, you know, like the spicy kind of pictures. And I explained that I don't really send those. Like, it's happened, you know, there's sometimes some people that I have felt comfortable sending spicy pictures to, and then there's other people that I'm just not comfortable doing that with, and I'm pretty upfront about it. But if somebody gets pushy, if somebody's rude, if somebody feels entitled, if somebody is not respecting your boundaries on the subject, instead of blocking them, oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay. So Spirit wants me to block in that situation. Instead of like facilitating the energy, I'm supposed to block it. That's what the lesson is here. I'm not supposed to feed it. But today I fed it. In the last couple days even, I fed it because I made a album that had like a picture of a human silhouette, like one of my shower videos. I took a screenshot of me going like this, you know, in one of my shower videos. And I put that as the cover, so it's blurred out. You can just see a human body. And then the second picture was a picture of a rooster, a cock. And then the third picture, was a picture of like a naked cat. What are they called? The furless cats. And it's just all scrunched up and looking like ridiculous, just in a sitting position. And it's not cute, but it is a nude picture. I'm not supposed to be finding this funny. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm immature. I don't know. But I got a kick out of that. When somebody, and it's only happened like twice, right? When somebody pushes me to the point where I'm like, okay, fuck you. Instead of blocking them, I would be like, okay, you can have my nudes, and I could send them this album that was clearly just to troll them. And I thought it was really funny. But I was telling this guy that I was talking to this morning that I don't usually send nudes. And most of the time, if people like really push me, I just troll them. And he got like really offended by that. He assumed that, should I go into details? Well, he said I needed a psychiatrist, first of all, because that was my reaction to people being pushy. He said that I needed a psychiatrist and I needed to do therapy, and that he hopes someday I can heal from the trauma that caused me to act this way. And I don't know, I'm a pretty self-aware person. But maybe it's not right that I decided to troll him. It's giving the energy of when I was spitting out narcissists. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to disengage. You are supposed to go on your own path and let karma and the universe and spirit balance the scales however they're going to. It's not your business. It's not your justice to bring down. You are judgment. You are the tower. But spirit uses you almost unwittingly to do those things. You are not in charge of deciding who gets justice, who gets towers, and who gets theirs. So the idea of intentionally spinning out a narcissist because you know what will make them act a certain kind of way, or intentionally trolling people that are very good and used to pushing your boundaries or not respecting your boundaries. That act is still not what Spirit wants us to do. So let's get a couple cards here. I don't even know if I needed to bring these decks out here. We've got Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. 5 to 6 progression. Coming out of conflict and into generosity, into spirit. I'm seeing the tomoe, which is like the Japanese symbol. They use in the curse mark. Every one of those like dots, commas is a tomoe, and it represents spirit. So we've got sunflower imagery here, being more generous, not feeling in a defensive place, that kind of thing, that kind of energy. Compassion. I also saw, I was guided to enter the live of one of the readers that I don't really watch that often, but every time I do, there's always a good message whenever I happen to pop in the live, because that's all they really do. We've got the Phoenix in the Eye of the Storm, again, coming out of chaos in a rebirth kind of energy. And he had just experienced some kind of like trolling, or I think he said that somebody wasn't listening to his advice, or they were causing some kind of problem, being combative and just not listening after going through the entire process. And I felt that the energy there was genuine frustration. And it was one of those times where it's justified to block a person that's giving you conflict. You need to preserve your peace at that point. And my mistake here, I think I'm really feeling it now. I'm so attracted to you. My mistake here was once again playing with my food. Turning it into a game instead of just being done with it. So I wonder if you're happy without me. There's Five of Pentacles energy here, and somebody that is very endeared towards you. They're wanting to come in. They have a very solid connection here, but they feel lost. And I think holding compassion for others is necessary right now, and it may reflect in other areas of your life if you stop playing with the trolls. Start a new beginning. Trust in spirit. Stop playing with the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. Don't troll other people. And let people have their opinions. You don't always have to engage. But if it's just a toxic conversation and they're throwing judgment your way without actually knowing who you are or engaging enough to know the truth of the situation, if they're just mad and it's not a productive conversation, it's probably best to just block, separate yourself, be done. That's what I should have done. Right, Spirit? The world. The Emperor and the world. And somehow integrating this lesson right now is going to matter for your relationship. Maybe it's your reaction that needs to be tempered here. Maybe it's a situation that you're going to encounter that will demonstrate who you are as a person to a masculine that's entering your life. Maybe that's something he respects. I don't know. But don't engage in